Hi, I'm Ruddell. I'm from Fin Fighters from the UK, and I run UK shark-based ray and shark conservation organisation, Fin Fighters.
UK is not that synonymous with sharks, or from what I understand. So what is the background there? Is there a Chinese marketplace, fish and chips?
Yeah, I mean, the UK's got over 30 different species of sharks in its waters, but many of the residents of the UK aren't aware of that. So,
30 different?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
A really
so I'm
rich shark and ray population, which we're really lucky to have. A lot of them are migratory, but they are
okay,
there.
so they pass through?
Yeah.
And that's because the water's so cold? Or?
Yeah, there's a lot of nutrients, so different times throughout the year.
Okay.
Yeah, we have lots of sharks, and we also have issues with shark fin being sold, and also shark being sold in fish and chips. And this is usually not sold as shark, so rock salmon, flake, huss, dogfish, all kinds of different names that are quite misleading. So UK's actually a massive consumer of shark, but many UK citizens aren't aware that they're actually eating it.
So are there fisheries there? Big fisheries for sharks, or is it imported?
I wouldn't say there's a huge fishery. I mean, there is a fishery there. There's also, bycatch as well, and there is an import as well. So at the moment in the UK, you can legally import over 20 kilograms of shark fin in your hand luggage without having to declare it through customs.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of shark fin being brought in and out of the UK without anybody really knowing how much there actually is. So that's one part of the problem. The other part of the problem is that the shark that's being used in fish and chips predominantly is rock salmon or spiny dogfish. And that's an animal that is completely zero take in the EU and around the UK. Some are being landed and are making their way into the food markets, but a lot of also being imported from the States, from America and from Canada. And that's also tied into the shark fin trade. So the fins are removed from these sharks and sent to Asia for one market, and the meat is being sent to the EU for another. So in the UK, we feel it's really important to tackle both of these issues simultaneously because they're essentially part of the same problem.
Okay, great. That's interesting. Fin Fighters, how long have you been?
Yes, we're a pretty new group. We've only been in existence for about 2 years.
Okay.
But we use a lot of campaigning. We have a program called Fin Free by 2023, and it's working on local condemnations in cities. So we have Fin Free Cambridge now, which was the first UK city to be officially shark fin free.
Oh, great.
And we're now running campaigns in Bath and Bristol. Bristol's likely to become the next UK city to be shark fin free. That's really exciting. We've had a huge campaign there. And we're wrapping that up in the next couple of weeks with Shark Fest as well, which is being held in Bristol, which is the UK's first ever shark festival.
Okay, cool.
So that's pretty awesome. But that campaign's really an umbrella project, and it's working on getting all of those cities completely shark fin free, building up to approaching Parliament in 2023 with all of that political support, all of that public support, and awareness as well. So it's a much bigger campaign, but it's being carried out on a local level.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you kind of beat me to my next question, was your Fin Fest, you called it. So is this the first one, or have you done it already? Or
No, this is the first Shark Fest in the UK.
And when is it? Or?
It's on the 24th of September. It's in Bristol, and it's at the M Shed.
How does one participate, or how many people will be participating as far as, let's say, organizations? As I said, UK is not that synonymous with shark finning, so everything you told me, I'm like, gosh, it is everywhere. And the correlation between what we see in Australia and UK, the flake and stuff, that's pretty interesting. What other groups might be involved, or movie screenings, or what are participants going to see?
Particularly, or just in our campaign in general?
With the Fin Fest, the Shark Fest.
So Shark Fest is really, we're hoping, will be a platform to bring all of these conservation organisations together, and the more the merrier, I think. We're stronger united than we are divided, right? And I'm hoping that we can, start putting our heads together to work together rather than at cross purposes. I think there's some amazing organisations operating all around the world. But I think, we are all feeling quite alone, I think, in what we're doing. So it's really important to unite ourselves, to start a dialogue, even if we are working on different things. I think skill sharing, sharing our power, especially when it comes to things like CITES, is so important. So what we're hoping to do at Sharkfest is to start that dialogue.
Good for you guys.
And also to bring it to the public as well.
Invite schools and the education.
Sure. Yeah. And also scientists, because I feel like there's a real missing link, I think, sometimes between NGOs or conservation groups and scientists.
It's exactly. I mean, that was sort of the point I'm making with mercury levels. We're familiar with it, but the guy at the pub serving his fish and chips has no clue. So when people start finding out, they're gonna hopefully order something else.
Yeah, sure. We're running a big campaign with that called "What's Beneath the Batter," and that's really asking people.
What's beneath the batter? I like that one.
What is beneath the batter? What are you eating?
I was doing a hashtag, get that out of my soup. And so I like that one too. Yeah, and it's educating people about that,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, but it's also starting that question of what are we actually eating, you know?
Right.
Is it traceable? It's actually a wild animal, you know. We eat ocean wildlife in a completely different way to the way that we eat terrestrial life. You know,
Correct.
We farm terrestrial life, and the way that we kind of almost strip the ocean of all of these wild animals is done in a way that's almost ignored, I think, or kind of just, you know, blinkered. So I think the more dialogue we can have on that as well, the better.
So here we are at an event, the IUCN, which is International Union for Conservation of Nature, I believe. I hope. Gosh, say that 10 times straight. How did you make it all the way here from UK to beautiful Hawaii?
I was really fortunate to be sponsored to be here. So I won an award for the work that we're actually doing in Morocco as part of a different project with Fin Fighters. And that's the IUCN WCPA Young Professionals Marine Challenge.
Really?
So what they were asking was a call for people to put forward ideas that are new, that are tackling a problem in a different way. And that's really what we're trying to do in Morocco.
Great.
We've recognised that there's a certain aspect of the Atlantic that isn't being addressed. You know, there's areas where there's data cold spots, there's areas where nobody really knows what's being caught. There's very little management in some areas, and a lot of that tends to congregate or amass around Morocco and the Iberian Peninsula. So we're trying to get some traction there by collecting data through citizen science and connecting scientists with conservationists in the field to collect data that can be used to create policy and fisheries management.
Great, awesome, good for you. I mean, congratulations, and you earned your trip to Hawaii. Good thing it wasn't in like wherever, Abu Dhabi, or I gotta cut that out.
London. If it was in London,
yeah.
Gutted.
Yeah, exactly. Well, cool. Congratulations. And where can people find your work, or do you have a website? Where do we?
Yeah, sure.
Follow you.
We're online, obviously. We're on www.finfighters.org. You can find out about Sharkfest as well through the website or on sharkfest.org.uk. We're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at FinFighters or hashtag FinFighters. So yeah, check us out, get involved. We want to build our network overseas as well. So if you're not in the UK, you can still be just as involved. If you're an artist, a musician, a child, you know, a grandma, you can be involved as well. I think it's really important to make conservation of species that are so important, such as sharks, available to everybody, and we need everybody to participate in order to save them.
Excellent. And then one more time, where and when is this event going to take place?
So yes, the first UK Shark Fest is on the 24th of September in Bristol at the M Shed. It starts at 10 a.m. and it goes on all day. It's £10 for adults or $15 for adults, and it's free for children.
And what are your plans for the second one? You said the first one, or it's still working on a second one?
I think we want to make it a bigger event. We want to have it rolling over 2 days. And in the future, I'd like to make it an international event as well.
Great.
Maybe take it to Costa Rica, maybe China, who knows?
Yeah.
The sky's the limit.
Good. Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you for